man's call, sit on the table in the middle of the jungle. The man in the red mask leans forward and whispers, "This belongs to someone. I dragged it for them." He points to a pit behind him. "This is where we hung the parts. Even big chiefs come here when they want power." What you're about to see will shake you to your core. This is the story of an undercover investigation that exposed a trade-destroying life across West Africa and why the killers are still working through. For years, whispers have echoed through Sierra Leone, children disappearing from markets, bodies found mutilated in walls, organs missing, limbs destroyed, and every time the same terrifying explanation: ritual killing. But here is what makes this even more disturbing. Despite the horror, despite the victims, despite the families torn apart, almost no one is ever brought to justice. Today, you're going deeper into an undercover investigation that exposed underground network behind these murders. What was uncovered was even worse than anyone imagined. 4 years ago, in the city of Makini in central Sierra Leone, an 11-year-old boy named Papayo left his house to sell fish at the market. He never came home. His mother Sally searched desperately for 2 weeks. Then came the discovery that would shatter her world forever. At the bottom of the well, they found Papayo's body. But this wasn't just murder. His vital organs were gone. His eyes had been removed. One of his arms was missing. Sally's words reveal devastating reality. "Today I'm in pain. They killed my child." And now there is just silence. Silence, because in Sierra Leone, a country of nearly 9 million people with only one pathologist, gathering evidence is nearly impossible. The police didn't even confirm it was a ritual killing. No arrest was made. No justice was served. And Papayo, he's just one victim in a crisis that is spiraling out of control. To understand how this keeps happening, you need to understand the belief system that makes it possible. In Sierra Leone, traditional healing is woven into the fabric of society. With around 1,000 registered doctors, several millions of people, and estimated 45,000 traditional healers fill the gap. Most are legit herbalists who use plant-based remedies to treat illness. But there's a darker side. Some practitioners claim they can offer something more: power, wealth, political success, and all you need to do is pay the price. And that price, human body parts for so-called magic rituals. These illegal operators prey on desperation. Politicians seeking election victories, business people chasing success, people willing to believe that sacrificing another human being will give them what they want. And here's the truly terrifying part. Even many police officers believe in this power. The fear is so deep that investigations are abandoned before they even begin. To expose this hidden world, an investigative team decided to go undercover. An undercover operative posed as a politician seeking power through any means necessary, and what he discovered will chill you to the bone. First, the team traveled to a remote area near the Guinea border. Deep in the bush, they met a man called himself Kanu. He wore a red ceremonial mask covering his entire face and claimed to work with powerful politicians across West Africa. On the second visit, Kanu became bold. He showed the operative a human skull. "This belongs to someone," he said casually. "It is a human skull. I am expecting the person to pick it up today or tomorrow." Then he pointed to a pit. "This is where we slaughter. The blood goes down there. Even big chief, when they want power, come here." When the operative asked about obtaining a woman's skin for ritual, Hannah didn't hesitate. The price is 70 million rands. That's like $3,000. The team didn't meet Kanu again. They couldn't risk putting anyone in danger. The evidence was handed to local police immediately. But the investigation wasn't over. A second supplier was located. This one operated in Waterloo, a suburb of a town known for crime. He called himself Idara, and his claims were even more disturbing. I have up to 250 herbalists working under my banner, he told the undercover operative. There are no human parts that we don't work with. Once we call for a specific body part, they bring it. He played a voice note from collaborator who was ready to go out hunting for victims every night.
Our three now also. So since we met started when you call me, because if you wait for we don't work this process here within this.
Idara later called, claiming his teams had identified a target. The investigators knew they had to act fast. The investigative team contacted Police Commissioner Ibrahim Sama, who organized a raid, but there was a catch. The officers refused to go with Sekou Tarawali, the president of Sierra Leone's Council of Traditional Healers. Why? Because even the police feared these so-called powers. One officer admitted, "I will not go and provoke situations. They have their own powers that are beyond my knowledge." Think about that. Law enforcement, afraid to enforce the law. The raid went ahead. Officers found Idara hiding in the roof, plotting a knife. When Tarawali searched the property, he discovered human bones, human hair, and piles of what appeared to be dirt from cemetery. Idara and two others were arrested and charged with practicing sorcery and possessing weapons used in ritual killings. Victory, right? Not quite. They all pleaded not guilty. Here is what the devastating part. They've been granted bail while investigations continue. According to experts, ritual murders across Africa often go unrecorded as a separate category of homicide. They are misclassified as accidents, animal attacks, suicide, or natural death. Researchers estimated that possibly 90% of perpetrators are never caught. 90%. Sekou Tarawali, who helped with the raid, put it this way: "We are healers, we are not killers. One rotten fish can destroy the batch of fish." He's right. Legitimate traditional healers are being lumped together with murderers, and children like Papayo are paying the ultimate price. 4 years later, Papayo's mother still has no justice. 4 years later, she still lives with the silence. This isn't just a Sierra Leone problem. This is happening across West Africa, across the continent, and it continues because of three things: poverty, belief system that shield criminals, and authority too afraid or under-resourced to act. So here's what needs to happen. First, the story needs to be shared. These stories need to be heard. Silence is what allows this to continue. Second, if you're in Sierra Leone or West Africa, speak up, report suspicious activity, protect your children, push for accountability. And third, support organizations working to strengthen forensic capacity and law enforcement in these regions. Papayo deserve better. The families still searching for their missing loved ones deserve better. It's time to break the silence. This is a dark trait that nobody wants to talk about until now. Do well to like, comment, subscribe. What are your thoughts? We'd love to hear from you.